Coral Sea Holiday Resort, Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt. This is the main building, which houses the lobby bar, Furrow Lounge, terrace bar, and hidden behind the staircase is the sports bar. Very nice hotel. The Wi-Fi is crap, and you only get 2 devices on 3 gigabytes for a stay, unless you pay 14 English pounds, and then you get unlimited, which is fine. We had no issues after that. Our flight was 10 o'clock in the evening, I think, so we kept the room on till 5:30, and that cost 44 English pounds, so that was okay. This is the main buffet called Dine Around. It does have an adult area, which does a different theme every night. There are no kick-offs regarding the kids, apart from one where one little brat was running around on an electric scooter. That only lasted 2 days. Then we never saw him again. He was either taken out by an assassin or someone had a word with him. Either solution worked for me. There's a nice outside seating area for the buffet lounge, but it was too hot when we were there. You get 3 calls at one of the a la cartes a week out of the 4 a la cartes that are included in the all-inclusive. We'll show you that later, and they were all very nice. The main buffet restaurant Dine Around was okay. Not great, but it was okay. The a la cartes were actually very good. The sports bar doesn't open till 6:30 of the night, so I think that's going to create an issue for the early kickoffs in the Premier League. And that's about this for this area. It looks very nice. The gardens are very nice. And now I think we'll move on down the resort towards the beach. Nice pathway. I'll be sacking a cameraman, don't be worrying about that. And these are the swim up rooms, which is a very decent sized pool actually for what's basically 8 rooms. There's the quiet pool, which does what it says on the tin. It's very quiet, even serene. Adults only. I have seen a few kids here occasionally, but they get tutted at if they make a noise, so you don't see many of them. No jumping or diving, which is just as well, because the water's only 4 foot deep, so there's not a lot of swimming either. Mainly walking, some floating. The pool bar is over there, if you can see it. There's my finger. There. If you want a livelier pool, that's beyond that building there, and it's split into 2 with a walkway, and it takes half of the resort all the way down to the beach. Our block is this one here. There. So it's about 1-2 minutes walk away from here. But as you can see, it's very, very quiet. It's also very, very empty as well. No battle for some beds. There's a lot more towards the pool that are full, but this end, it's empty, and over the other side it's just 1 bed deep really, but that's not particularly full, but it is lunchtime. One thing you won't be getting off me is a trawl around the resort at 6:30 in the morning. That's not going to happen. So you're going to see it as it will be when you're actually here. Okay, that's it for the quiet pool. Next video will be the main pool and the beach. That'll probably be subtitles because I'm buggered if I'm walking down there talking to myself. Ta-da. A la carte restaurants, Indian, Italian, Chinese. There's also an adult bar called The View, which was empty when we went. The a la carte are very good. 3 visits a week, 1 per restaurant. And there's another American Mexican down the other side. This is the main pool with 1 slide there. There is a water park out the gate and over the road, which most people seem to go. I'm quite safe walking around here now because there's no animation team. Because if you did this during the day, they'd try and breast gang you into playing volleyball or aerobics or something. This looks like a very nice pool. If you like a 23-year-old elbowing you in the skull, sporting tattoos and a questionable haircut, while he's playing water polo. We went to the quiet pool, but I'm sure you get on fine here if you don't mind the 23-year-olds jumping about the place. This is the shisha bar, which looks like a Marrakesh brothel. We've never actually seen anyone in there apart from the barman. That's a camel. He tends to take you, well, looked like about 300 yards when we were looking at it. Takes you the length of the beach, which isn't that far, and then back again. So that's great. I remember when I went on a camel at the pyramids years ago, and it cost 50 pence for a ride. And the rider wanted a £5 tip, and he refused to give back my sister-in-law's shoes until a tourist policeman came riding across and gave him the length of his stick, and he ran off in a huff then. So no tip, but at least Caroline got her shoes back. The beach is rough, grainy, stony really, bit like a builder's yard, but it's okay. The big problem we had was that the tide was out for almost the entire duration of our holiday. We did go out into the sea once, but after about 700 yards it was still only ankle deep. Another 500-600 yards would have taken us waist deep, and that was the cordon, so we never bothered. The umbrellas are big and robust, and so are the sunbeds. Not sure what these buildings are here, but they do lead to the spa and the gym. So I think those are kids' entertainment, maybe. I'm not sure, and I care even less, to be honest. There is a bit of touting on the beach, but that's mainly from the spa crew, who obviously didn't have anyone in to pummel shoulders on. The beach here is quite extensive, but as you can see, it's very empty. A lot of people opting for the pools, but I do think that the hotel was only half full when we were there. The sand, grainy, stony thing, wherever it is that you stand on here, it was uncomfortable on the feet, unless you were a hobbit. And over on the right, I don't know whether you can see it yet, it will be coming up soon. I don't know why I'm hovering here for a while, because there's not more to see. I will get there eventually. Is the windmill. Oh no, it's gone. It will come back. The windmill is the beach bar, which is okay. And next to it, you can just see it. That is where the American Mexican is. And on top of that, there are the seafood and the grill restaurants, which aren't included in the all-inclusive package. There you go. You have to pay for those. I don't know how you go about that. The American Mexican was okay, but we only went the once. And my zoom lens isn't strong enough so that you can see where the sea is. But it's a long way out. But it's just one of those things. People following on after us probably got a whole fortnight of going into the sea, looking at the fish, because they're supposed to be there in abundance, actually. But there's nothing you can do about that. And here is the gym, I believe. And this is the closest that I've been to that. Next to it is the spa. And that, if you get snaffled on the beach by one of the masseurs, they drag you in there and then they make you have it. The umbrellas on the beach are a bit different from the ones around the pool. You will get total shade from these umbrellas because they're solid. The ones on the beach are a lot better, I think. Here's a bit of a closer look of it. But as you can see, there's very, very few people on there. But the hotel was only half full, so that's what you can expect, really. And also, I've got no idea what the galleon's for, before you ask. Lobby bar, bit dark, bit dismal, air conditioned, piano player in the evening. If you like Mrs. Mills or Joe Henderson, you'll like it. If you like Rick Wakeman, not so much. You'll find the piano man of an evening tinkling the ivories, and when he's not there, you'll hear a recording of someone tinkling the ivories. The Faro Theatre, air conditioned, does the kids shows and then half an hour of adult entertainment. Some of it poor and the rest not quite as good as that, including a magician and a light show which comprised of a man with 6 torches flashing them about. This is the terrace bar, very nice. This is the seating area outside the lobby bar, air conditioned, and as you can see, it's very airy. A lot better than actually sitting inside the lobby bar. The terrace bar entertainment is pub standard, really. Maybe a little better occasionally. And the sports bar is hidden down there somewhere. Faro Theatre, and this is a nice example of the entertainment that you can expect. This would be a belly dancer, and you don't get much better than this in here.